It's March? Zen, where the fuck have you been? I am sorry. The last video that I posted was like, what, early January? Mid-January? It's fucking March 5th. What are you doing? I don't have a good excuse. I'll just lay it down. I don't have a good excuse. I fully deserve to be burned at the stake. But before you do, can we talk about something? There's some shit going on. Ashley Gillard. Does that name ring a bell? Maybe? In late December, I think like December 30th, there was a murder of 4 students of the University of Idaho. Some of them were posting on like Instagram, like literally the night of. There's like photos of them all hanging out and like being happy to be friends. Some sad shit. But there's this TikTok psychic by the name of Ashley Gillard. Does not live in Idaho, as far as I can tell. Definitely not related at all to any of the victims or the university. She says this herself in her TikToks.
Let's just dispel the rumors. No, I do not know Rebecca Schofield. I'm not connected to her in any kind of way. I'm not emotionally tied to her or any of the victims. I'm not connected to anyone. I have no reason to lie on her.
She has had multiple premonitions, read the tarot cards, and she knows exactly who committed the murder. She claims it was a University of Idaho professor, Rebecca Schofield. This, of course, is not true at all. She claims that Rebecca Schofield did it. She has this whole like fucking TikTok documentary. She outlines Rebecca Schofield's backstory and intention. And she's like, I didn't get Rebecca Schofield's name from the website. I'm not just over here like just randomly accusing a professor of killing 4 students randomly. I'm not doing that. No.
No, I did not just see her picture and name on the University of Idaho history page and then automatically feel it was her. This is not a feeling, this is knowledge.
I read the tarot.
I did a reading when I saw Rebecca Schofield on the history department's page on Rebecca Schofield and her connection. What came out in Rebecca Schofield's reading was how she implemented it, how she planned it, and why.
And all signs point to it, okay, guys? I mean, shit. When Ashley Gillard's right, she's right. Of course, she's not at all. There's somebody else. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that he was the actual killer. I'm not gonna say who he is because I don't know if it's official yet. Rebecca Schofield obviously is not down with this. She's a professor at the University of Idaho, and there's some crazy lady online saying that she killed a bunch of University of Idaho students, saying, that's pretty fucked up. So she's suing Ashley Gillard for defamation, which I'd say is pretty true. And instead of Ashley Gillard apologizing, taking down her TikToks, making an apology TikTok, anything like that, no. She doubles down. She doubles down on it and makes more. She just keeps making more TikToks.
You should have known better than to think I would leave. You should have known better than to doubt Ashley. Y'all should have known better. TikTok had me banned.
She just said like, "Fuck you" about the defamation case. She's just, I mean, shit. She really actually thinks this. Before Rebecca Schofield drew up the defamation, it's not just like Ashley Gillard said, "Oh, Rebecca Schofield, the professor, she did it. She did it. I read the tarot. She did it." That's not even it. She made like series on Rebecca Schofield having a lesbian relationship with one of the victims.
Rebecca Schofield and Kaylee connected because she needed an advisor. So initially they met on an advisor-mentor basis. So then as the relationship progressed, Rebecca Schofield starts dropping cues about her interest in Kaylee, just letting her know she's interested in her and also letting her know about her sexuality. She's opened up that passion that she has suppressed for women. She said that she was so introspective that she lost her connection to her husband. So being with Kaylee will allow herself to navigate this truth. So this experiment with Kaylee will help her to walk the middle path and have both.
And then in an act of passion because they couldn't be together. Then she fucking murdered everyone. And it's like straight up University of Idaho fanfic based off of the stars or whatever. I don't fucking know. It's just absolutely fucking buck wild. I'm not the first person to cover this, obviously. On stream, I watched a Tozy video about it. This is like Tozy's 5th video on this situation because it just keeps on devolving. The video goes over Ashley Gillard's countersuit. So Ashley is countersuing Rebecca Schofield for defamation, saying that I'm actually right about the tarot. So the fact that you're suing me for defamation is actually unfounded. And I'm a fucking Uno reverse it on your ass. It's absolutely fucking crazy. There's even some TikToks of Ashley also accusing. I guess there's also some TikToks of Ashley Gillard accusing one of the University of Idaho students who was like boyfriends with one of the victims.
So I was getting the message that Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCool was planning another attack on someone. And I think it was a plan to hurt me because I had a dream and it was them two speaking and they were like, she was like, we're going to have to kill her. The cards depicted the person that they were going to attack as a pregnant woman. So now I'm sitting here like, do I need to take a pregnancy test?
He's been questioned and he's been cleared. It seems like Rebecca Schofield, I don't even think she's been questioned because she's just so far like disconnected from everything that went down. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's all of it's crazy. Yeah, his name is Jack DeCour. He was the boyfriend of one of the victims, or maybe ex-boyfriend, but regardless, the victim that he was connected to tried calling him like 6 times that night. So, you know, he was interrogated. The victim's family completely stands with him. He's, you know, and he seems like he's been cleared. So
also, stop saying that just because Jack DeCour wasn't arrested on the 23rd that means I lack credibility. No, that doesn't mean that.
Yeah, just a bunch of, it's just crazy. I'm rambling at this point. I'm just going to show you the clip from the stream, just me watching the video and reacting to it, giving my thoughts. But I mean, honestly, it's amazing to me how people on TikTok can just run wild like this. And you know, Ashley Gillard is not at all taking the defamation case seriously, even though she, you know, drew up a countersuit. I mean, I don't think she realizes the shit that she's in. So let me check her TikTok. When was her most recent TikTok posted? February 22nd. So it's been a couple weeks. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks-ish since she last posted. I'll show the stream clip and maybe throw up a few TikToks too, just highlighting the fucking insanity of it all. But yeah, other than that, enjoy the clip. It's a wild ride. The worst lawsuit response ever made. Let's get that on here. There we go.
In my last video, we talked about how a TikTok sidekick announced that she was essentially fleeing to Bali due to what was going on in her life. But what she didn't mention in that video is the fact that she spent the last couple of months harassing a professor in Idaho, accusing her of doing some of the worst.
You guys heard of this? There's like a TikTok psychic, self-proclaimed. Oh, what's her name? Maybe if I look up Rebecca Schofield. Here, put this in here. So there's a TikToker who claims to be psychic, and then some people are killed at the University of Idaho, right? I think that's what it is. Murder of 4 students at the university in Moscow, Idaho. And then this TikTok, I don't know. I guess she's a psychic. Says that it was the professor, like, of one of the classes at the university. And then they actually find they like right now I don't think that he's been officially tried, but they have someone who they suspect did it, and they have a lot of evidence. Hello, Sogeki. But she won't back down. It's like not the professor at all. So basically, the professor is suing for defamation, which makes sense. And then after the real suspect has been like arrested, detained, she's literally not backing down. She's like doubling down on
crimes with little to
the professor being the culprit, which is
no evidence whatsoever.
Just
and me
crazy.
saying little to no evidence is being extremely generous because her only evidence is her visions and tarot cards. And today we're going to find out why she made that Bali video, because the YouTuber by the name of Mad
I just
Capstar
explained
sent
it
me the
terribly,
full
but I'm sure.
lawsuit document. So
He'll
massive
go
shout
over
out
the
to
whole
him.
thing,
But when I
obviously.
read through her legitimate legal response to the court, I'm going to put this very lightly and say Bali might be a really good option for her. So today we'll be looking at some of the highlights of that. And before I play that, remember, this is what she said before she responded to the lawsuit.
People just don't get it. Like, I've been against people, big and small corporations and giants and systemic policies and racism and won. They all
don't bring racism into this. You're being stupid.
regret coming against me. All of them. Now Rebecca is going to be added to that list of regretful people.
So let's see if it's the professor that's going to regret filing this lawsuit or not. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. This is purely for entertainment and learning how to not respond to a lawsuit purposes. So I might get some stuff wrong, so if I do, please correct me in the comments down below so I can also learn. It starts off with Ashley Gilliard just denying a bunch of the allegations. Then it goes on to say that the
Ashley
venue is
Gilliard.
improper for this case because the events giving rise to the claims of defamation took place on Ashley Gilliard's social media pages. There's no district in which this action may otherwise be brought except the U.S.
Glad to hear you're doing
District
good,
Court of
Sogeki.
Southern District of Texas. That doesn't quite make sense because everything that Ashley's alleging here happened in Idaho, so it makes sense for it to happen in Idaho. Again, I'm not a lawyer though. The complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. Plaintiff's claims are barred by the substantial truth doctrine pursuant to Master versus New York Magazine and corporate. Plaintiff's claims are barred by qualified privilege. The 4 University of Idaho students were brutally murdered. Without the arrest of there's a presumption of danger to the public. University of Idaho constituents and Idaho residents discovering and revealing the with the intent to get them investigated and arrested is an act to warn others about harm and danger to bring to resolution to the problem. The statements were made in the best interest of public safety. Ashley Gilliard made these statements without actual malice. Therefore, qualified privilege permits Ashley Gilliard to make the statements that in the different circumstances would typically be considered defamatory. With this logic though, that means that anyone can
So basically, she's saying that, or her lawyers are saying that, she didn't have malicious intent. So like in order to sue for defamation, you have to prove defamation is pretty hard to win usually, because you have to prove that the person you're suing knowingly made a statement in order to harm your reputation, like that was their intent. And she's basically just saying that it wasn't malicious intent, it was just informing the public, I guess. I don't know.
slander
That's-
anyone and claim that they are
Yeah, it's just slander though. I mean, it's
as long as the actual is on the loose. I don't know what kind of
Right.
big brain mental gymnastics this is, but okay. Plaintiff's claims are barred by fraud because they're false.
I think in her vids she would say she was going after her. Yeah, I think she wasn't she wasn't being like she wasn't saying, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll pull up some of her TikToks if they're not like removed. We'll see.
prejudiced, frivolous, and claimed with malice to get away with unethical conduct, adultery, and plaintiff's claims are barred by comparative negligence. The plaintiff, Rebecca Schofield, committed the allegations that defendant Ashley Gillard alleged as they're substantially true. The plaintiff, Rebecca Schofield, is at least 51% at fault for being accused of the allegations. Therefore, the plaintiff, Rebecca Schofield, may not recover damages. What is this? I mean, this woman has just doubled down so many times. I guess why not do it yet another time in a literal...
Yeah, I'm sure she said a bunch of stupid shit. She also claimed she was having affairs with students. Yeah, nice.
Legal letter. I want to know, like, how did she get to the professor is at least 51% at fault
I want to
for
see
being
the
accused
stats.
of the allegations? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
But moving on, plaintiff's claims are barred by illegality because they are prejudiced pursuant to U.S. Code. Plaintiff's claims are barred by illegality. I am tired. I've slept for like 2 hours in the last 24 hours, but my son said dada for the first time to me today, so it's all worth it. Don't worry. Plaintiff's claims are barred by illegality because they're claimed with an intent to obstruct civil justice and with the intent to obstruct criminal justice pursuant to code. Counterclaims. Counterclaim plaintiff Ashley Gillard bring these counterclaims against counterclaim defendant Rebecca
She's
Schofield
countersuing.
and their attorneys. This is where it gets absolutely batshit. It's this is a doozy. I don't know how much we're gonna go through here, but wow. If you thought what we read so far
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and
far is bad, you're in for it, guys. You're really in for it. As set forth more below on December 21st, Rebecca Schofield and attorneys with blah, 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 blah. They filed a complaint against Ashley Gillard, notwithstanding the fact that the claims are false, defamatory, with the intent to obstruct justice for the case of the murder of 4 University of Idaho students. All the victims' names. Ashley Gillard was the only person aware of Rebecca Schofield's role in the of the 4 university students who spoke up about it.
But she didn't fucking
Have
do
you
that.
ever been to Idaho, Ashley? Like, if you really are a psychic, what are the Powerball numbers? This is so insane. So she's claiming she was the only person who knew about this. Has no...
As if she actually knew some information. She's just like making fucking bogus claims. What do you mean she's the only one who knew about it? Doesn't even make
She
sense.
just saw it in a vision and whipped out a tarot card. And by the way, I learned how to say tarot card now. Apparently, it's not pronounced like carrot. I guess we learn something new every day. Ashley Gillard was apparently the only person aware of the Rebecca Schofield's role in the murder of the 4 university students who spoke up about it. To stop Ashley Gillard from, that's a big word, promulgating.
Yeah, promulgating. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Promote or make widely known. Okay. Put into effect by official proclamation. So just propagating some info.
Her testimony of Rebecca Schofield's role in the and to get away with the Rebecca Schofield and her attorneys, blah, 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 filed a frivolous, prejudice, and defamatory complaint against Ashley Gillard. Attorney, blah, 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 and Rebecca Schofield collectively executed a strategy to discredit, embarrass, humiliate, and assassinate Ashley Gillard's character by disseminating false statements in a press release that was disseminated worldwide and to the most of the major news outlets across America in the beginning of late December.
Should we look up what disseminated means? I've actually heard that one like enough to probably disseminate, spread. Why do lawyers got to use words like this? Spread widely.
December 2022 and continuing into January 2023. Now, these false statements apparently was that Ashley Gillard decided to use the community's pain for her online self-promotion. A false statement that Ashley Gillard made false statements about Rebecca Schofield knowing they were false. A false statement that Ashley Gillard had no basis to make factual statements regarding any of these events.
Yeah, they just have bigger brains than us. You ever see a lawyer's brain? Twice as big. My brain's like this big. Lawyer's brain? massive.
Idaho. A false statement that said Ashley Gilliard made false statements regarding Rebecca Schofield's involvement in the 4 University of Idaho students that were not based in substantial truth. A false statement that Ashley Gilliard damaged Rebecca Schofield's reputation. A false statement that Ashley Gilliard undermined law enforcement efforts.
But she's like, okay, so it's not even like she made a TikTok. She didn't like say, oh, I read the tarot and Rebecca Schofield is the murderer. And then that's it. She made like several TikToks just like attacking Rebecca Schofield with no evidence. Like actually none. Just like it's crazy. And so they're like, it's false that Ashley Gilliard damaged Rebecca Schofield's reputation, even though she's like actively just coming at her and she's not backing down. She's countersuing. It's crazy.
And a false statement that Ashley Gilliard compounded the trauma that the families of the victims were experiencing. How was any of that false? Because that's pretty much exactly what she did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is written by Ashley Gilliard as well. I didn't see that she had a lawyer hired. I saw one of the top comments of her videos.
Was it
"Don't
written by
hire
her? I think these words are too big for her. I think these words are too big.
a lawyer, they will only hold you back." And I'm worried she took that advice. And then she lists like every single media outlet.
She says it's dumb.
I guess.
I mean, the lawyer honestly is working with what they have. I mean, it's like pretty cut and dry that she was ruining Schofield's reputation. But like the lawyer has to fucking, if she says that she wants to
Talked about
countersue
her, including some
the lawyer has to write something.
YouTubers.
So
Let's
he
see.
just fucking pulled something out of his ass. He's just going for it. 51%. So you can't fucking include damages.
So
It's
it
weird.
seems like Einabber, you got a shout out in the lawsuit, buddy. Look at that. Made it to the big leagues. Ashley Gilliard's listing you in a lawsuit. Always cool to be mentioned in a lawsuit when you're not the person being sued. And we have also, I think Marky was mentioned in this, and then another YouTuber by the name of Dr. Grande or Grand. Oh, and then Law and Crime Network. So that's cool. Didn't look like we made it into the cut in the lawsuit here. But I mean, hey, the more lawsuits
next
I can
time.
avoid being mentioned in, the better. All right, so moving down to parties,
Yeah.
it says counterclaim plaintiff Ashley Gilliard is
jealous.
a individual residing in Texas. She's an author, entrepreneur, and United States Army combat veteran. Ashley, thank you for your service, but everything else you're doing is whack. But then she claims that Rebecca Schofield is a public figure. If anything, Ashley Gilliard made her a public figure by
Right.
accusing her
I
of all
mean-
this crap. Oh, and then Ashley
What does a public figure mean? Like you're on social media? Because then I don't think Rebecca Schofield is a public figure. But she is she's a professor. She works with students,
called
but she's not a public figure.
out the lawyers of Rebecca Schofield because apparently they called out Ashley for defaming Rebecca Schofield with full knowledge of the potential of the statements that Ashley Gilliard made about Rebecca Schofield's role in the Idaho students could be true. Whoa. The claims against Ashley Gilliard are
I mean, they're just like, but what if? But what if she was right? Then this would have been pretty dope, right, guys? But you guys didn't stop to ask, what if Ashley Gilliard had it right? You think about that?
bad faith, lacking in fact, with no intent to harass, delay, and embarrass Ashley Gilliard. I'm actually kind of blown away at how much she has written here. This is if the term digging your own grave was put into a legal document. I mean, this is insanity. And then she calls out Rebecca Schofield for publishing false statements that Ashley Gilliard compounded the trauma of the families of the victims' experiences. Ashley's just really upset for all the media saying that she's saying a bunch of false statements.
Yeah, man.
And then she quotes all the news articles. One of the attorneys of Rebecca Schofield made the false defamatory statement about Ashley Gilliard known it was false and regardless of its falsity or
So
not.
she's
The truth-
countersuing for defamation, which is just baloney. I mean,
is the inverse.
that's obviously not going to happen.
Ashley Gilliard was trying to help the investigation as requested by Moscow Police Department. And then she has this whole bit claiming that all of those unhinged TikToks was a response to the police department in trying to help solve the whole case. Okay.
Just send
After
them a
the
text.
defamatory allegations, Ashley Gilliard was unable to focus on serving others and received less inquiries due to the damage to her reputation. If the truth was told, Ashley Gilliard would have been able to serve more people, to include helping to solve the murders of musician Kershnik Karibal, aka Takeoff, Shankella Robinson, Tiffany Valiante, Kevin Samuels, and Tamla Horsford. I probably butchered a couple of those names. I thought Kevin Samuels died from a heart attack. I'm so... What? This is a doozy, guys. This is really a doozy. If being left speechless was a document. So I love how she really just dropped the Una reverse card saying that Rebecca Schofield is defaming her. And then there's a whole segment about Ashley Gilliard receiving harassing phone calls, emails, texts, and comments because of her videos, maliciously misdiagnosing her as insane.
I mean, people on the internet, it's a double-edged sword. You can't be an internet, psychic and expect to not get some backlash when you accuse someone of murder who didn't murder anyone. So, it kind of happens.
Maliciously misdiagnosing her as crazy. I mean, your actions are insane and
Is crazy a diagnosis?
maliciously misdiagnosing her.
Maliciously misdiagnosing her as crazy. I didn't know you could be diagnosed crazy.
As crazy.
I'm diagnosed crazy.
I mean, your actions are insane and crazy, to put it lightly. What I'm getting from this is she is absolutely not self-aware whatsoever. Now Ashley is claiming emotional distress, mental distress, suffering, and anguish, including depression,
Add
shame,
that to the cringe comp. I know.
humiliation, shock, embarrassment, grief, anxiety, and fear. Ashley Gilliard suffered the loss of enjoyment of life. Ashley Gilliard typically travels on New Year's Eve, as she did for 2021. Instead, 2022, she chose to stay inside for fear of her life, arguments, and embarrassment. I mean, this is incredibly sad, but like, why would you make 100 videos with no evidence claiming that someone committed a terrible
There's a lot of
crime?
videos.
If you're going to accuse someone for something on the internet, you have to have more proof than visions and tarot cards.
I wonder if we can pull them up. I keep literally forgetting her name.
That's for sure. Okay, so now
It's
like
Rebecca
her relief,
Schofield,
right? So she
and
wants a mass press release with a
Ashley Gilliard. Let's look it up. She has a YouTube channel. Can I just get like a compilation of the TikToks? Everyone's just talking about it. Can I pull up TikTok? Is there a TikTok web browser? Hold on. Let's see. Ashley.
Hi, baby.
Gillard.
Good morning.
I've been saying Gilliard. It's Ashley Gillard, huh? Whee. So those are all fake accounts, huh? I mean, if these have the TikToks. No, they don't. Okay. Oh, well.
statement that Ashley Gilliard approves. Every news
Gilliard.
outlet.
Okay, I mean, he's also saying Gilliard. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. You are saving yourself a lot of time just looking up the good TikToks on YouTube.
This lawsuit was covered to social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, and all that, correcting the false claims made against Ashley Gilliard. She wants a mass press release with an apology to Ashley Gilliard that she approves for all the accusations made against her. She wants compensatory and punitive damages in the amount of determined by the judge. Attorney and court fees may arise now in the future or for any action related to this case. My understanding of this is she missed the original time to respond to the lawsuit. Then she hit him with a Uno reverse card and essentially accused them of defamation. And then she wants a public apology tour for defaming her.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, that was an Atozy video that I watched. That was just on Ashley Gillard's countersuit nonsense. There's like I said, like 4 or 5 other Atozy videos on this where he really highlights all of it. He goes through the whole thing. So you should definitely check it out. I'll link his channel in the description. And other than that, I mean, yeah, that's it for this week of internet drama when TikTokers go too far. So have a good day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.